Hi, this is Josh from Hedgehog. We turn marketing data into actionable insights so that you can make impactful marketing decisions. Today I just wanted to really quickly take you through how to set up Google Tag Manager. Just for a quick 101, Google Tag Manager helps you to essentially store all of your tracking codes in the one place and plug and play with them as you see fit so that you don't need to dive into the back end of your website every time that you want to change something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump straight into things and move over to our other screen. And what you can see we've started with is a Google search to take you to Google Tag Manager. Then from here, we're just going to click on the first link to Google Tag Manager. And as that loads, we're going to see that we have a few accounts set up here. Now these are dummy accounts that I've set up, but what I want to draw your attention to is we click this big Create Account button in the top right hand. So we're going to click that. First things that we need to do is we need to write down the name of our account, the country that we're in. Let's just say that we're in the US and we'll be nice to Google. Container name. So this is the container that will be stored on our website. We can just call that the same as our account name if we are setting up one of these for one website. Next, we're going to be asked whether we'll be setting this up for use on web, iOS if it's an Android app, Android for an Android app, or AMP. In this instance, we're going to click web to set it up for a website. So click create. Now I've got the terms and service here for the Google Tag Manager. I do advise that you read through them, not that I really have, but that's just how things work these days. So it's just going to reload, and the first thing that we're going to open up with is actually the instructions to install, which is right there in front of us, which is awesome. So what we have here is one option of how to install Google Tag Manager. And so what it does is it wants us to install this on every page of our website. So we're going to ensure that we have these codes on every page of our website. And to do that, we need to post the first code as high in the head of the page as possible. And then the second code we must post immediately after the opening body tag. Now, if you're a developer and you know how to do this, or if you have a developer that you can work with, you can copy these codes and send it right to them, and then you can click this quick start guide button over here, which will explain to you in some further detail how you can install that. But I'm aware that sometimes this code looks a little scary and we want a bit of an easier way to get this done, and we're going to get this done with a plugin for WordPress. So if I click OK here, and then I want to draw our attention to one quick thing, which is this is our GTM account ID. So you can see it over here. GTM T375SW6. What I'm going to ask you to do now is to just write that code in so that you can store it. GTM T375SW6. T375ST6. Oh, it's a W, not a T. Cool. So we've got that here now, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that. Copy. Cool. Now I've got our Google Tag Manager code copied over here. So what we need to do is we need to go to our website. So here we are on our website, and we're going to go to our admin panel. If you don't know your admin panel, and we're going to enter the dashboard of our website. And from here, we're going to look to install a plugin. Plugins are things that we can install on WordPress to essentially plug in or inject something into our website, which we don't know how to do ourselves. So what we're going to do there is we're going to open our plugins, and in this big plugin list, you can see that I've installed a plugin called Google Tag Manager for WordPress, and it's by Thomas Geiger. That's just one example of one that we can use. I'll just quickly show you that if you Google search Google Tag Manager for WordPress, that will be the first result over here, and you'll be using this exact same plugin that I've used. So if we dive back to our website in the dashboard, you can see that we've got the Google Tag Manager for WordPress plugin here, and we can click settings. Once we click settings, it'll load the actual settings for the page, and we'll be able to input our Google Tag Manager ID. Now in this instance, I've already got Google Tag Manager installed on my website, because why else would I be showing you how to do this? But you can see that I've got a current code in there. I'm going to delete that, and I'm just going to right click and click paste. and that is the code that we had in our Google Tag Manager in the top left. If you'd like a quick refresh on where to grab that, I'm just going to click back into Google Tag Manager, and you can see it at the top here in the header. So I'm going to dive back to Google Tag Manager for WordPress, and now there's 4 different options of what we can do to essentially insert this code into our website. What I prefer to go with is the codeless injection. Means that we do not need to enter the code ourselves. There is no tweak. There is a right placement, but it's experimental. It could break your front end. Now, the reason why I like to call this out is that once you click this Save Changes button, it will install Google Tag Manager on your website. And what it means by a codeless injection is it's just going to go straight away and just push that straight to your website. And you might have certain things set up which will counter it, and it will break the front end of your website. So as soon as you do this, I would ask you to refresh the front page of your website and check whether it's made any changes. If it has, and this has caused an issue, then we can go back to our plugins, and we can visit the Google Tag Manager for WordPress plugins. And just over here, all we need to do is click the word deactivate, and that will deactivate the plugin and revert your website back to how it was prior, so don't worry. Then from there, what I'd suggest is to try the other, to reinstall it and try the other injection options, and make sure that when you're making changes to your website to always do it at a time that you're not having a lot of traffic come through. Awesome. So I'll just come back to my home screen, and that was just a quick summary of how to install Google Tag Manager on your website if you're using WordPress. Speak to you soon. Cheers.